All right. I guess with that, we should just we should get into some final thoughts.
The final thoughts. It's a scary proposition. Big Brother is out there. The problem is, how much control does Big Brother get, and how do we stop him? It's a tough question right now, and I don't know. It scares me because, again, being a semi-private person, I don't want the government knowing what my bills are, what I'm late when I'm late on payments and stuff like that, what I've written to other people. These are all things. I'm kind of at a loss for any words here because it's such a difficult topic, but it's one that I will definitely be keeping my eyes on, and I'll fight however I can, whether it's by petitions or calling people. But yeah, no, I've got to save my privacy somehow.
All right, Daniel, let's get your final thoughts on this.
As far as I already covered the privacy aspect, but great that I think the American people need to start standing up for themselves and protecting their privacy. People said in the 21st century that there's no such thing as privacy. Privacy is going to cease to exist. Well, it'll only cease to exist if you let it. You can't have the perfect marriage between technology and privacy. As far as the president being pro violating your Fourth Amendment, the president, you're correct, he never ran as a liberal. He ran as a liberal, but he never was a liberal. I don't even think he's a centrist. He's very right of center, basically a moderate Republican, far from being a centrist. I would consider someone like Bill Clinton or Hillary Clinton to be more of a centrist. He's actually, to put him in the prospect, he's pretty much, as far as his political views, on par with the likes of Herbert Walker Bush. Pretty much of the same ilk of the Republican Party of yore from the 1980s and 70s. On par with the likes of Gerald Ford. And those are my final thoughts.
Privacy is one of our most sacred things. Okay? Knowing that the government is massively overreaching by invading our privacy on the internet is incredibly scary. Like you guys have pointed out. It's really out of the pages of, like I said, 1984. It's time that Americans learn more about what the government is actually doing. This is where we need less government. There are places where you need more government, and there are places where you need less government, and this is one of them. And people really need to stand up and voice their opposition to the blatant violations of the Fourth Amendment. It's not the Second Amendment that's under attack as much as people like to think, okay? It is the other amendments that are also under attack, and they are doing so under the radar. However, I'm really glad to see that there is a bipartisan group of senators out there who are fighting for civil liberties, as well as groups like the ACLU, who obtained, who actually attained all this information and kind of blew the lid off it. The idea of civil liberties, I think, really should bypass partisan divides. It doesn't matter if you're a liberal. It doesn't matter if you're a conservative. It doesn't matter if you're a libertarian or an independent or a Green Party. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. Your civil liberties are important.